Alright, so now we are going to look at the area model for division, and we are going to look at this as a more abstract version of what we did where we were drawing the tally marks. It's the same idea, it is just taking our division and moving it up to the next step. So we're going to do 400, same two division problems that we did in the other video. We have 493 divided by 2, so I'm going to put my 2 on the outside, and I'm going to draw my area house, or my place value, my division house, oh my word, and we're going to put 493. Now, if I wanted to make this a true area model, I would close this off into a box and have it in my 3 sections, just like our area models for multiplication. But since we're doing division, I'm going to keep it looking like a division number sentence, just to help it be something that we can visually move into long division, which is what you'll be working on a lot more in 5th grade. So over here to the side, I'm going to write a little acronym. An acronym is a set of letters that stand for something. So my acronym is Does McDonald's Sell Burgers Really? And I'm writing it nice and big because I want to use it for all of my division problems. This stands for the steps of division. So does McDonald's sell burgers really? You can make up whatever saying you want to remember. It just has to all start with those letters. D stands for divide, M stands for multiply, S stands for subtract, B stands for bring over, and R stands for repeat or remainder. Okay, now I have, you guys can see my little multiplication chart. This is helpful if I don't know how to skip count by this number. I do happen to know how to skip count by 2s pretty well, and you probably do as well. So I'm going to put my multiplication chart away, and we're going to do this together. Okay, so my first step is to divide. I'm going to take this number 4, and I'm going to divide it by 2. So I want to think, how many times can I skip count by 2 until I say 4, or I say something that's really close to 4 without going over? And I always use my fingers, so I'm going to stick my fingers under the webcam. I'm really sorry you guys get to see my ugly hands. But anyway, here we go. So I go 2, 4. Alright, I said 4, and I did it 2 times, right? So I'm going to write 2 up top. 2 times 4, that's my multiply step. I multiply what I just wrote times the divisor. 2 times 4 is 4. My next step is to subtract. So I'm going to subtract. 4 minus 4 is 0. Now when I say 0, I have nothing to bring over, right? There's no leftovers. There's nothing to bring over to the next column. So I don't have to worry about that step. But I do have to repeat, and I'm going to repeat this same set of steps in every single column. This is really helpful to do it written out like this, because it is just really visual. Like once I run out of columns, I'm done. But I have to do all of my steps. I have to have a subtraction problem written in all of my columns to know that I'm finished with dividing. Okay? And remember, this is my hundreds, so I'm done with my hundreds. I don't have any hundreds left over. Now I'm going to my tens. So I have 9 tens. Alright, I'm going to divide 9 by 2, so I'm going to skip count by 2 until I say 9 or something close to 9 without going over. So 2, 4, 6, 8. If I say 10, I've gone over, so I only can do it 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. That's my multiply step. I subtract. 9 minus 8 equals 1. Now I do have something to bring over. I have to bring a 10 over, so that's why it has to go before the 3 ones. So I have 13 total now. And now I'm going to repeat again. Okay? So now I'm going to skip count by 2s until I say 13, or go as close to 13 as I can without going over. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 14 is too many, so I was able to skip count 6 times. So that's what I write up here. Next step, multiply the number I wrote times the divisor. 6 times 2 is 12. I subtract. That's my next step. I get 1. There's no place to bring that over, so that 1 becomes my remainder. And if I look back to what I did yesterday, look here and look here. Do you see how it's very similar? In fact, I have almost the same things written in my here. I have the same answer. Obviously, I should have the same answer. That would be silly if I didn't. But I have almost the same things written as well. So that is showing you how this strategy builds into this strategy. All right, let's try it again. This time we're going to divide by 6. And I will say dividing by 6 might be a little bit harder if you don't know how to skip count by 6, but that's where my multiplication chart can come in to help me. My 6 times tables are all right here, aren't they? Okay? So, I almost put the pen in my mouth to write, but then I was like, I can't talk with the pen in my mouth. That would be silly. So let's pull this up here a little bit. I'm going to write my 6 on the outside. I'm going to split this up into 500. 97, and you may remember that we had to draw a whole bunch of tally marks when we did this using our tally mark strategy. But if I use this using the area model strategy, I don't have to write all those tally marks, which is pretty nice. Okay, so I want to see, I can't go over 5. Remember that? We cannot go over 5. So, how many groups of 6 can I make out of 500s? I can't put them into groups of 6 because there's only 5 of them, right? So I could put an X, or I could put a 0. Doesn't really matter. Okay, which one you write. All right. You want to put some sort of placeholder here. It looks like X's and O's, right? You want to put some sort of placeholder here to say I can't use any. And I have to move this. I can just go ahead and write to the bring over section. Right? If I want to, if I wrote 0, I could multiply. 0 times 6 is 0. Subtract, I get 5, and then I bring the 5 over. So either way works, okay? Whichever way your brain works, that's the way you do it. Now I have 59. So I want to look in my 6th row for something that is either 59 or as close to 59 as I can go without going over. I don't see 59. I see 54 and 60. 60 is over, so I have to go with 54, which would be 9. Okay? So I could make 9 groups. I can do 59 divided by 6 is 9. That's what I just did. All right? Now I'm going to multiply what I just wrote times the divisor. 9 times 6. 9 times 6 is what I just said. I'm on the wrong row. There we go. 54. I'm going to subtract. 9 minus 4 is 5. Okay, 5 minus 5 is nothing. I'm going to bring over my 5. Right? Now I have 57. And I have to repeat because I have to finish this last column. So I have 57. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go into my 6th row. I happen to know it's going to be the same thing, right? Because it's 54 to 60. 57 also falls in that range. 54 is the one I'm going to have to go with, which means that I'm going to get 9. 57 divided by 6 is 9. Okay. 9 times 6 is still 54. I'm going to subtract. I would have 3 left over. I don't have any more boxes to go into, so that 3 becomes my remainder. And the answer would be 99 with a remainder of 3. Okay, when I have that 0 or X in the front, I don't have to write that. It's just 99 remainder of 3. And again, if we look back one page, exactly what we got here, right? We had to draw a whole bunch of tally marks. So in some ways this is a little bit easier because I'm not having to draw 59 tally marks and 57 tally marks, but it's also in some ways a little bit harder because I had to know how to skip count by 6s. I could do the same thing I did here where I was skip counting by 2s, and that would be a little bit easier, but if I don't know my 6 times tables, I can use my multiplication chart. Okay, so there we go. That is the area model of division. And this is going to build directly into long division, but this is where I want you guys to stick with for this year, just because it's a little bit easier to read left to right than it is to go up, down, all around like you do with long division. All right, have a good day, guys.